Hey, what's going on, guys? Yeah, welcome to this video. So in this video, I want to talk about no code AI automation. Right now, if you are familiar with this channel, I know you might be wondering, why are you talking about no code AI automation in a channel that is dedicated to coding, right? And that makes a lot of sense. But first, I want to say that um, AI has matured. The primary reason is because of the advancements in AI, generative AI, specifically. It has matured to a point where it's becoming the new business essential. And what it means is that with AI and no code tools, you can build systems that would have taken hundreds or thousands of lines of code. You can put AI together with no code tools and build this system without having to write any single line of code. Now, this is good because it means that people who don't know how to code, or people who don't have extensive experience with coding, can now build useful systems, right, without writing code. Of course, I don't belong to the school of thought that says coding is dead. Coding is obviously not dead, right? And it's something I would like to talk about in a separate video, how this um, AI thing affects you, especially if you are still very much interested in learning to code. Because right now, what this AI trend is doing is, it's a lot of people think learning to code now is a waste of time. It's not, but it has changed significantly. Learning to code now, it's no longer the same as learning to code about 3 years ago. A lot has changed, and it's primarily because of AI, but I'll talk about that in another video. So in this video, what I want to do is show you how to build an AI customer support copilot. So I decided to not just teach you AI automation in theory. I wanted to build a real business solution, just so that you can have an idea of how powerful um, AI together with no code can be, right? So, but before we start building anything, I want to walk you through a couple of slides so that you can understand this AI opportunity. Again, this video is really for those people who want to, go into AI automation. Maybe um, you've been learning to code, and maybe you find out it's really not your thing. Coding is really not your thing, but you still want to be able to deploy solutions, right? Or you're a business person, you want to save time. Maybe you run a small business and you want to see how you can leverage AI and some no code tools to build internal tools or internal systems that can manage your some parts of your business for you, right? So this course is for you. Or maybe you're a freelancer, you want to build something like this and deploy it for businesses. This is certainly for you, right? And for the coders, for those that code, you can still get a lot out of this, right? Because like I said, these are the kind of systems that save you hundreds or thousands of lines of code. So yeah, stick around and let's explore this field, right? So before we start building anything, I want to talk about something very important, right? Now, we are living through a major technology shift. Now, remember when the internet came out? When the internet came out, um, web came with it, web design agencies came with it, and entire online businesses, right? Now, smartphone, when smartphone came out, what happened? Businesses were birthed. The entire mobile app ecosystem was birthed. And then social media, when social media showed up, that was what gave birth to content creators, influencers, marketing agencies. Now AI has shown up, and AI is transforming how work is done. Now, I used to say that there was a time when Excel was the edge that people needed to get the job, right? After some time, Excel became a basic requirement. Right now, Excel is so basic that people don't even bother listing it in a resume or in a job application. Now, AI is going through the same trajectory, except AI is bigger and AI is moving way faster, right? So, the key insight from here is every major technology shift creates new business opportunities, and I'm not just talking about um, I'm not just talking about isolated businesses. I'm talking about entire um, ecosystem of businesses, right? Entire industries. So now AI is doing exactly the same thing, and it is transforming how businesses are done, how work is done. Like I mentioned, it has changed significantly how coding. I'm a software developer, and I can tell you how significantly AI has changed how we work as software developers. And the same change is also happening in other industries. Then you want to keep a mindset of embracing technology shifts and not I know even up to now, a lot of people are still in panic mode, right? As far as AI is concerned, with all the doom and gloom stories and videos that people keep making, AI is coming to take everybody's job. AI is coming to, so you should already be gone past that. You should have gone past that as far as AI is concerned. And if you haven't, thank God you found this video. AI is not coming to take your job. AI is coming to be a part of your job, and the earlier you embrace it, the better. And this is a good thing, really, as you're going to see. Okay, so um we already said it, every tech wave creates new winners, right? So you want to be the winner. You don't want to, of course, every tech wave also creates some losers. So the losers are those that panic and do nothing, but the winners are those that see the opportunities, see the leverage that it provides, and then most importantly, get in early, right? And as far as AI is concerned, we are still early. Excuse me. We are still early. So now is really the time for you to, you know, start seeing how you can take advantage of AI to, become the most valuable person in the room, right? So we talked about how the internet created web designers, web hosting companies, and digital agencies. Smartphone created mobile app developers, um, SaaS companies. Social media created content creators, influencers, social media marketing agencies, and entire e-commerce brands. And now AI automation is creating a brand new wave of opportunity, and I'm going to tell you what that opportunity really is. Um, the opportunity is really big, right? So of course, I'll probably do a video so that I can show you the entire stack of opportunities that AI provides. Of course, not everybody can play everywhere, right? For instance, there are the big tech who are, you know, fighting about chips and servers, talking about Nvidia and co. So most people can't play at that level, right? But still an opportunity that AI is providing. There are those that are building the models, the foundation models, OpenAI, Anthropic, Google building Gemini, Anthropic building Claude, OpenAI building the GPTs, right? So most people still can't compete there, right? But there is a layer in this stack of opportunities where almost everybody can compete, and that is the integration layer, the application integration layer. So this is the layer where you take AI. So when I say AI, I'm talking about the models. You take um, these models and then integrate them to your existing workflows, right? Or you take them and build automations that handle repetitive tasks. Because if you look at it, most businesses or most business operations are just a collection of repetitive tasks, right? So things like customer onboarding, things like customer support, things like sales research, things like lead prospecting, lead management, and all that. So these are pretty much what a lot of business operations are made of, and they can be automated because they are repeatable, right? So um, rather than having people waste time on things that machines can do, things like data entry, right? People shouldn't still be doing data entry by hand in 2026. So these are some of the things that AI can automate, and there are whole lots of them. So um it that's the new opportunity, that's the new wave of opportunity that anybody can play in, anybody can get into this layer and really get the juice out of it. And that's what I want to talk about. So in this video we're going to be building one of such automations, just to show you how easy it is, and also to show you how powerful it can be, right? And like I said, we are still early and this is still your time to get in. Okay, so but the thing is about opportunities is, most people are not aware, right? The biggest opportunities usually appear before most people realize it, and you can tell that from the past tech shifts I've mentioned. All right. So those who notice early start experimenting early, and they get to build the biggest advantages. Get to build such a velocity that before anyone else even realizes what is happening, they have such a competitive advantage. They've gone far ahead, and that's what you should be doing right now with AI. Okay, so there are a couple of things. Even I used to have these misconceptions about AI when um, it first came out, right? And the misconception is only those who are highly technical can leverage AI to build anything meaningful, right? I used to think that too because at the early days, what I mostly used AI for was for assisted coding, right? I used AI in brainstorming. I used AI, you know, generally for to be some sort of co-pilot, because you can one of the earliest tools that came out was GitHub Copilot. Literally, it's the guy that sits in your IDE and code with you. So I thought to really use AI to build anything useful, um, you have to be a programmer, and I can imagine that's what most people thought too. But those are not true. It's really not true, because first of all, AI is not only for engineers. So people thought AI is only for software engineers. It's not. People thought, or you probably still think, you must know how to programming to be able to leverage AI. No, you don't. Or you're probably thinking you need a highly technical background to be able to do something useful with AI. Again, you don't. Now the reality is, these no code tools now allow you to build really powerful systems without writing any line of code. And if you can use a smartphone, that's as technical as you need to be, right? So you don't need to be a tech builder, you don't need to be a programmer before you can create real solutions. Now, this is going to be the first of videos I'm going to be doing on how you can use AI to build powerful systems without writing any line of code, without having to know how to code, or without hiring a developer. Of course, there is still an advantage of knowing how to code and being an engineer, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about being able to solve a problem, right? Being able to solve a problem and being able to build or create a solution. And then anything you need to learn in between, you can always fill the gap. But for the most of the time, you really don't need any technical knowledge. right? Okay, so let's move. um like I was saying, AI becomes really powerful when you use it to automate work. Now, that is the layer I said anybody can play in. For instance, you can use AI to reduce response time. If you've worked in customer support, you know that response time is big deal, because customers want to, you don't even have to have worked in customer support. If even if you're a customer, if you've ever sent a message to support for any product or service you use, you can relate to this, right? You know how it feels when the business responds in time versus how it feels when they don't respond on time, right? You can use AI to detect unhappy customers. Maybe you've used a service where after you were given a survey to fill to talk about your experience, right? Usually when you take a flight or when you take a bus, so usually they give you a survey at the end of the trip and say, hey, share your experience with us, or any random service does this. So you know customer feedbacks are very, very important because it's literally what shapes most businesses, right? So you can use AI to do a sentiment analysis on customer feedbacks, and from the results you can even decide on immediate course of action. We're going to build something like this in this video. Now, you can turn a messy insight or report into a structured, or you can turn a messy feedback into a structured insight, right? So you can take a very long report and or a very long um, text. You can use AI to analyze it and make some meaning out of it. You can save hours of repetitive manual work. I talked about data entry. There are other manual work that people do that AI can take care of, or you can create an entire new service that businesses will pay for. Like what I'm doing here, the exact thing we are building in this video. You can repackage it, right? You can repackage it and find businesses that need it and sell it to them, and it becomes your new hustle or your new side business, because businesses are paying for this. Like I said, you can take this to any business you've ever done anything with that asked you, can you fill this form and tell us what you think about a service. That tells you these guys take customer feedback seriously. So you can take this to them and say, hey, I have a tool that can make this easier. So yeah. Okay, um let's move. Now, businesses miss problems until it is too late. So just a little bit of what we are going to be building. So we want to build a system that allows businesses to catch angry customers early and take proactive actions rather than waiting until the customer has churned, like decided to go to a competitor or has gone to write a negative review on social media, right? So we want to build a system that addresses that. So call it crisis manager, call it angry customer management system, whatever it is. But what it does essentially is to catch angry customers early, address their problems, and retain them, right? So if you run a business, this is big deal. Okay. um I think that's what I just described. So what we are going to build today, essentially, there's going to be a data collection layer. So that's what allows the users to share their feedback. We're going to build that from scratch. No code. Then we're going to have a sentiment analysis layer, or the AI layer. So when a customer submits their feedback, we use AI to analyze the sentiment in that feedback. So basically, you want to know, is this customer angry, or are they happy, or are they neutral? Now, we don't want to do anything if they are happy, right? It's good for the ego, but really there's really no action required. But if they are angry, you want to quickly swing to action immediately. So our system is going to notify the right persons within the team that, hey, there's an angry customer, attend to them as soon as possible, right? And Yes. So we're gonna do it in a way that um, makes it really easy for the person. Now, the goal of no code automation really is not to replace you from your business. The goal is to handle repetitive tasks so that you can have more time for strategic work instead of just repeating a particular thing every day. So there is a point where um, you want to come in as a human, but all that I have described are things that AI can do. Right now, it can identify urgent complaints, like I mentioned. It can send alerts instantly, like notify someone to do something about it. It can even draft a personalized response that you can send to this customer. Right. So um yeah, that's what we're going to be building, and we're going to build all this without writing a single line of code. Okay, so um in the next video we are going to start building.